second graders. I'm Mrs. Leddy. I am so happy to be your teacher this year. Hi to all the moms and dads out there, too. We are extra lucky this year in second grade because we actually have two teachers in our classroom. We have Mrs. Rita Wingfield from William Jessup University. She's studying to be a teacher. She's in her teaching credential year. So, Mrs. Wingfield and I will both be your second grade teachers. Lucky you. I know that back to school night is supposed to be just for parents, but I also know this back to school night, you're all at home. So I bet there's some second graders out there. Second graders, if you're out there, will you stay till the end of this video? I have something special for you guys at the end. All right, so let's get started here. All right, so first I just wanted to introduce you to me. So I'm Nora Leddy, and I've been teaching for 22 years. 17 years of those teaching have been in the second grade. It's really my favorite. It's just the best. I've been married for 23 years to a middle school science teacher. He teaches at Chilton Middle School right here in Roseville. I have two daughters who actually went to Catherine Gates School. We love Catherine Gates School, especially because it's been a part of my family for so long. My two daughters are now both in high school at Oakmont. I love my work. I love teaching. Kids are my favorite. And I promise I'll always be really willing to work super hard for you and for your kids. Some other things about me, I love reading. I'm a gardener and I love playing outside. I love vegetarian cooking. I speak a couple languages. I speak some French and some Spanish and some sign language. I just learned how to paddleboard last summer. It's a new favorite of mine. And I'm learning to play the ukulele. Just know that I promise to love your children and to treat them like they are my very own. So now I'd like to introduce to you Mrs. Wingfield.
Hello, families. I wish that we were getting to meet in person, but we are going to make the best of this distance learning. I am honored and excited to be here with Mrs. Leddy. She is already, I can tell, an incredible teacher. So just as you're lucky to have two teachers, I am lucky to have her, and I think we're going to have a lot of fun this year. So I, like Mrs. Leddy said, I'm a graduate student at William Jessup, and I'm working towards my credential and my master's. And before that, I was teaching at a Montessori preschool in Rockland. Those are some magical years. I loved it, and I just wanted to keep going with my education. My husband and I have been married for 16 years, and we have two great kiddos, Stella and Ben. They are in 7th and 5th grade in the Rockland School District. And I'm super excited to start teaching. I love working with children. I learn so much from them, and it's always a lot of fun. Some things that I like to do in my personal time, I love to read and spend time outdoors. Sometimes I run, and I have a little dachshund named Lulu, and we love to cuddle, so she's really great. Like I said, I love children, and I will always honor your kids with the love and respect that they deserve.
Okay, so let's start talking about how we're going to communicate this year. This is a very special year where we are not going to be able to be together like all of us really wish. I wish we were all in person together, but I'm glad that we're safe. It'll be super important that we stay in touch and that we communicate. So first and foremost, the very best way to reach me is through my email. My email address is right there, nleddy@rcsdk8.org. I've already emailed all of you once. You all should have an email in your inbox from me. So if you're ever unsure how to reach me, that's your best first bet. We also have a new learning management system here in Roseville City School District. It's called Otis. It's new to me, just as it's new to you. Inside Otis, I have a class board that's called my homeroom, and that's where I'll be posting lots of announcements and news and recognition. On Fridays, usually on Fridays, not every Friday, but most Fridays, I send out a little update about what's going on in our classroom. It's like a class newsletter. So please do look for those emails from me and make sure you read them. I try to put super important information in there for you. Because I know we can't be together at the beginning of the school year, there are going to be lots of questions. You might have tech issues or having a hard time scheduling things for your family to work for distance learning. I am here for you. And I've made a special time on Thursdays from 12:30 to 1 while the kids are at PE. I have office hours and I'm working on a system where you can request a conference with me and we'll Zoom together on Thursdays and we'll put our heads together to solve it. Um, so I always say at back to school night that communication is super important. And if you promise not to believe everything your child says happens at school, I promise to not believe everything your kid says happens at home. So let's keep in mind our messenger that we're dealing with 7-year-olds who are turning 8, and let's make sure that the grown-ups are having good, honest communication with each other. Okay, so here's a little bit about Otis. Like I said, it's new to me, it's new to you. Each student has their own unique Otis ID. The district emailed you a link with their user ID and their password. It's going to be really important that the first time your child logs into Otis, that they select log into Otis through Google. That way, Otis and Clever and your child's school Gmail here at school, they all link up together. And after that, every time you want to get into Otis, you just go through that Clever portal and everything is connected. So the first time they log into Otis, please log in through Google. Now, Otis will be taking the place of Google Classroom that we were using last spring. And I actually think once we get the hang of it, Otis is going to be a one-stop shop for parents. It has all of our lessons, all of our activities, all of our announcements. Your students' grades will be in Otis for you to see. It's going to be a digital grade book. When I load a grade, you get to see it. You don't even have to ask me. It'll be there for you to check on. There's even a way for us to communicate through Otis. I can send you texts and emails through Otis. I do think for you to receive my Otis text, you will have to log in and create some sort of a family Otis account. I will get you more information on that soon. Please be patient with me. Otis is new for all of the teachers this year. We're getting lots of training on it, but it's new. So I hope you'll be patient with me while we're learning it together. There is in Otis a little secret help down in the bottom, I think it's in the bottom right corner. There's a little Otis in-app chat where you can chat with the technicians who are in charge of Otis, and in real time they will communicate with you and try to help you if you get stuck. I've already used that chat a lot. Okay, so Clever is going to be the most important link for your students this year. If your student logs in through Clever, they're going to be able to get into everything they need for distance learning this year. You can see that Otis is in there, iReady is in there, Benchmark is in there. That's our English language arts series. That's where all their reading supplies are. There's Zoom in there, and this one says the teacher's Zoom, but I think there's a student Zoom too. Think Central is our math, but once again, the very first time you go to Otis, please don't log in to Otis through Clever. You need to log in through Otis at otis.com and click for that first time, click that you're logging in with Google. That will link Clever and Otis all through your student's Gmail. So it'll be one place for you to go. Okay, so now that we are distance learning again, these are the distance learning expectations, and they are very different from this past spring. Over the summer, Senate Bill 98 was passed, which is legislation to make sure that this time when we're doing distance learning, we're doing it differently. We want to do it better. In fact, we are trying to make distance learning mirror a real school day. So, because of that legislation, daily attendance is required for distance learning. If your child cannot come to school because they're sick, go ahead and email the front office. Let them know. You can phone in the front office. Daily work completion is expected. I will be posting assignments and tests and quizzes and projects and all of that to our Otis account. That work completion is expected. Now, of course, moms, dads, I know you're trying to work from home. So we will have to really communicate if you need some flexibility with timing and all of that. But please know that we are going to be expecting the work to be completed because I'm going to be giving students feedback on their work, just like in school. When they turn in an assignment, I'm going to look at that work and I'm going to help talk that student into improving that work. I need to see the work so I can help them grow. And because of that, because I'm going to be giving feedback and expecting growth, I'm grading your students' distant work this year. Last spring, it was just a participation distance learning mode. This year, it's the real deal. We are trying to mirror school. So I'm going to be giving kids grades. The grades will be in Otis, so you can see them as they populate. Because all of this is a big change from the spring, I know that daily student engagement is going to be really important. I know they're going to be sitting in front of a screen longer than we all wished they would be. Um, but I don't consider myself a screen. I'm your kid's teacher. I'm not a video game. I'm not YouTube. I'm your child's teacher. So while there really is going to be a lot of screen time, it's going to be me. And that direct learning instruction, if your student is able to make it to those direct learning instruction moments live with me in Zoom, that's going to be the best for their participation and for quick feedback. I know families are busy. I know you might not be able to lock into all those times when I'm Zooming live. I will be recording all of my direct instruction for the whole class. So those will be in Otis for you to catch up on if you're not able to log in live. Please, though, as a family, if you can find a way for your student to join me live every day at 8:45, it will be the best way for me to help them grow and learn just as if they were really in school with me every day. So I know Zoom is kind of new for many of us. I have put a page that looks like this called Parent Support in information that I'm sending home with you. You're going to have a hard copy of this document. Hang it up somewhere on the fridge next to your child's learning spot at home. Check out all the ways that you can help your child be involved through Zoom before class, during class, and after class. I have a similar Zoom manners for your kids. They're going to have to learn how to behave instead of in class, how to behave during Zoom. I'm going to teach Zoom manners on the very first day of school next Monday. There is a copy of this inside information I'm sending home for you as well. This is a sample of our daily schedule. It's probably going to change. There's a lot of changes every time we get a new piece of information. It's making it so I have to change a piece of the way I'm teaching your kids. This is my best first attempt at how I'm going to try to teach your kids every day. They're going to log in at 8:45. There will be a morning welcome. We're going to sing or do poetry, something fun to invite the kids in. I'm going to start around 9 o'clock with a live reading lesson, and then they're going to move into a special time called independent work time in small groups. These details and schedules have not been worked out yet. But during that time, your kids are going to be either off the computer and working quietly, or I'm going to be inviting them in for small reading groups, and those will be Zoom lessons as well. They're all going to take a recess break from 10:35 to 10:50, except for Tuesdays because we have music. We have to do recess early on Tuesdays. We have a live math lesson. They'll log back in and we'll Zoom together direct instruction of math. Again, the live math lesson and the live reading lesson, I'm going to record those. It's best if your child is in the live Zoom. They'll be able to raise hands, they'll be able to ask and answer questions. Just like real school, it's better if your child is in the room. Um, After math, there's going to be some independent math work time, and I'll be pulling small math groups, kind of like this independent time that we have in the morning after reading. We have lunch at 11:45 to 12:15. We meet back again for lots of different things between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, 12:25. Sometimes it's a class meeting. Sometimes I do a little bit of math. Sometimes it's PE. Then we have a read aloud, and at the very ending of the day, I'll be teaching either social studies or science or writing lessons. This next schedule shows you my first attempt at planning what a week might look like. So you can see on Tuesdays we have music a little bit earlier. It's in our math block. So I'll be teaching math a little bit later on Tuesdays. It's weird, but we'll make it work. And then on Thursdays and Fridays, the kids go to PE with Mr. Hanson. Now, music and PE, those teachers are teaching live. Those are going to be Zoom lessons. Your kids are going to Zoom in and they're going to see their music teacher and their PE teachers. In Otis, the PE and the music teachers have their own tile. So the kids will click on PE or they'll click on music, and that will take them into the kids' Zoom lessons for their specialists. Okay, so our behavior policy. When your students are with me, I treat them like they're my own children. I treat them like they are my family. And just like every family, we take care of each other. So we work together, we help each other. I expect positive behavior from my students, and I model that a lot. If there are ever any issues, I will work it out with the kids. And if I can't work it out with the kids, I'll be in touch with you. We do have a a yearly theme where we're going to be working on manners and social skills, and we'll do those in a class meeting every single Monday. I'm also going to be spending some special time working with kids on social and emotional issues. I know that this has been just a really stressful, unusual time since March. For me, too. So, we're all going to learn how to manage ourselves and take really good care of each other all together. Mondays is a special time for that. Make sure your kids are there for those Zoom lessons. This is just a quick look at our second grade curriculum for math and reading and writing and science. I'm not going to go over this too much because I'm going to give you a good description of each of our curriculum pieces and information that I'm sending home with you. Homework. I know it seems like your kids are at home, so why am I giving them homework? Well, because there is one piece of homework that is more important than anything I can give them right now. Research shows that if kids work hard on their independent reading 4 times a week, 20 minutes or more at home, and if they're also working with me on reading, that is one of the kinds of homework that actually boosts kids' achievement. So I'm not giving up on reading. Even though these are unusual times, your kids are going to be reading with me. They'll log off. School's over at 3 o'clock. They have reading homework. Not every single day of the week, but please, 4 days a week, please remind your child to read. And I haven't sent home reading homework yet. You will find out about that coming up soon. All right, so I keep saying I'm sending home stuff for you guys. Well, here's what the stuff is. There will be a materials distribution next Tuesday and also next Wednesday. Pick a day that works for your family, where you need to come to school and pick up materials that I've been collecting. Miss Wingfield has been spectacular in helping to put together really great boxes for your kids. They look like this. They're kind of cool. We've got these big, awesome boxes. Look, this one's Ranga's. And on the inside, there's information for parents. There's spelling information. There's a writing folder. There's a math folder. There's all sorts of good stuff. There's going to be a bag that has like a set of reading books for your kids to read with. So when I tell them to do their reading homework, you can't tell me they don't have books. I'm going to give your kids some books. Those boxes are going to be like a Christmas present for your child. They're going to want to open them up. Please don't let them get in there until next week when I show them what to do. Everything in there is super organized, and I'm going to really try to help develop organizational skills with your students. I do it live. Please, if you can, put this in a good place, make it special, but don't let them get in there and mess it up. There are some things I'm going to need you to help your child find at home. I'm not providing these things. They will be important for your child's year in second grade. If they can find 2 composition books, that would be great. Composition books look like this. And this is one I've already used before, so it's kind of got my work on it already. This is a composition book. It just has blank lines on the inside. We use these for all sorts of things. If you can find 2 of those are great. I was just at the Dollar Tree, and there are some there, I think. Find some folders and some white lined paper, pencils, crayons, and you can read the rest of that list. It's just kind of learning basics. All right, I will be sending home book orders about once a month. They're all online. I'm not exactly sure how the books get delivered yet. They usually get delivered to school, but I think they might be able to deliver them to you at home. I was hearing messages about that over the summer. I'll look into that and get back to you soon. It's a great way to get inexpensive books for your kids. All right, big breath. I just want to thank you in advance. This year is going to be one for the history books. It will be a year like no others, but I have every intention on making it one of the best years that your kids has ever had in school. So I will see you Monday, August the 10th at 8:45 for our very first day of school. You'll find the Zoom link in Otis. Now, this is what it looks like when your child is going to log into Otis. Let me see if I can show you. See if you can click under Lessons. And on Monday, August 11th, these are all the things I'll be teaching your kids on Monday. If you click on this little link right here, it'll take you right into our Zoom for the very first day of school. Just in case, I also emailed you a backup link to Zoom. So if you can't get into Otis or you can't find Clever and you just can't log in, check your email. I sent you an extra link to our class Zoom in your email. As always, if you have questions, please email me at nleddy@rcsdk8. I'm really grateful to be your child's teacher. Thank you for trusting them to me. And like I said, second graders, are you still there? I told you there would be something special for you at the end of my video. We're here. So, second graders, if you're not there, come over here. Mom, Dad, go get them. If they're not here, go get them. Second graders, get up here. Come up close. Are you close? Are you really close? Okay, turn up the volume on your computer. Pump it up. Okay, did you get it? All right. So, like I told you, I'm learning how to play the ukulele, and I'm still kind of terrible, but I made a song for you, and sweet Miss Wingfield, she's going to sing it with us. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. You are my students, my second graders. You make me happy from far away. You'll always know, dears, how much I love you. I can't wait to teach you second grade. I can't wait to teach you on Monday. Please tell me you'll come at 8:45. You guys have a great weekend. Don't forget next Tuesday and Wednesday, come pick up your stuff. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Bye.